There it is, baby. There it is. Welcome, everyone, to Let's Play Ace Attorney, or Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations, baby. Welcome to the third game in the series. Here it is, and yes, it's a blind playthrough. Last year I played Justice for All as per request, and I wanted to get around to this before it kind of got forgotten. I haven't had anybody really suggest that I play this one in a while, and I was like, man, I need to play this before it becomes like a forgotten thing that I said I was going to do. So anyways, it's time, my friends, to continue on with this series and do the last game that I plan on doing, for now at least. But anyways, let's not worry about it for now. Let's just get it started. Let's get it cracking. I haven't played this before, if I haven't stated that 10 times already. Let's start a new game and see where we start off from. Turnabout Memories. Here we go. Ah! How did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that? That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. Ah. Jesus. It wasn't me. I didn't. I didn't do it. Okay, you ascot wearing mother. Yeah, right. 5 years earlier, Mia Fey, second trial. Wait, what? 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 Mia Fey? Second trial, what? April 11th, 9:40 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. It's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, it's Fat Man. Oh, sorry. He's not talking yet. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, good morning.
Yes, yeah. Please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for misbehaving, you know.
What are you talking about? I'm relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed.
Let go of my lap, you pals. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer.
I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today.
Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never be fear, my dear. I'm Marvin Grossberg, and at your service.
Actually, this is my second time in court.
Still, you're surprising. What, with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, quite forcibly, too.
I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean.
What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts?
Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have, I think.
Oh, dear. In any case, don't let our client see you nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client.
The hell is up with this guy? Are you serious? It's Phoenix. Okay, this is all backwards right now. Mia, we're playing as Mia, and we're talking to Phoenix right now. This is super weird. Anyway, this is kind of cool though. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say, I'll give it all I got. Yep, it'll be fine. No prob. What the hell are you doing? Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Actually, it's Wright. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says this way I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please, let go of my shirt. That's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. Huh. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. Okay. That trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time, I'll win. For my client and for myself. Huh. Wow, talk about, like, in furthering the Ace Attorney story, man, by having all this background shit where we go back even before. It's like every game has a little bit more stuff that happened before, you know what I mean? And now we're learning even more stuff about Phoenix and Mia and how they met. And clearly this case is going to have implications on how Phoenix becomes a lawyer, right? Like, that's going to be a thing? I don't know, man. Let's just have fun with this. This is very interesting to me, though. Oh, God, I got to do Mr. Douchebag's fucking voice again. All right.
Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. And I'm giving Mia kind of as I used to call her, boobs. But if we're going to play as her, then she's got to just be Mia for now. Don't worry. I'm sure there will be a point where we go back to her being boobs again. Anyways, I'm giving her a normal voice instead of that. Like, I gave her I tried to go sexy voice before, but now she's a timid lawyer, so she got to have a normal voice. Anyway, the defense is ready, Your Honor. And this fucking guy. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense today is Ms. Mia Fey, was it?
Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem?
I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense.
Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency.
Emergency? But isn't that him standing right there next to you?
Yes, well...
You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this?
Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think.
Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Well, well, well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer.
I like how he bobbles his hair around, even though in the later game, or the earlier game, he didn't have hair. So now he's got this little floppy ass... What's that guy's name? The freaking, Larry. What's his name? Damn it, I'm blanking on his name. You know who I'm talking about, right? The fucking guy who goes around trying to bang chicks. Leisure Suit Larry. That's what he's got. That's like the little Leisure Suit Larry fucking quaff. Bastard. Anyway.
Don't worry, little girl. It will all be over soon.
What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me?
Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow.
Doug Swallow? Are you serious right now? His name is Doug Swallow. Won't even get there right now.
He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology.
It sounds like he was a very bright young man.
Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime.
Okay, he's definitely dead. I see a power line. Oh. Now I know what. Now I get it. A power line broke. He probably got shocked to death, and there you go. And it was in the rain, so that certainly makes sense. Probably already solved this mystery, but now we have to prove it. Anyway.
Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police.
That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence.
Alright, added into the court record.
By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo.
Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died in a rather unusual death.
An unusual death?
What do you mean, Mr. Payne?
Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question?
Huh?
A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I am a genteel man, if you will.
A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of.
Well, what was it? Of course, go on. Please say you know at least this much.
I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file.
My hemorrhoids are getting jacked up. Now, see here. The details of the crash are in the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you?
The court record. I think I can see that by pressing the plus button. Yeah, I knew that. Okay. Anyway, autopsy. Here you go. Date and time of death, 4/9 at 3 p.m. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. Okay, so I guess we have to prove how the electric shock happened. Why are we even here if we think he died from electric shock? Do we really think he got murdered? What a dumb case this already is. Anyway, it's the intro case. Can't hate on it too hard. So, fatal electric shock, 3 p.m. 4/9. Got it. Got it. Anything else I need to know? Probably not. Alright, we're good.
Take a good hard look at the data there. Think I'm there for you there.
Yes, sir. I'll do just that. Gotta stay calm. Can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. Court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just have to press the plus button here.
Now then, will the attorney of the court defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death?
Electrocution, bruh. Could have guessed that already from the picture. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution.
Electrocution? How could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps?
The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue.
What's that?
Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
Bad blood?
What do you mean?
Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this.
I really don't like this guy's smug attitude.
That was a paper. He's one smooth operator if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know.
Bitch, I wrecked him. Phoenix wrecked him, so why can't Mia? Whatever.
Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant?
Alright, let me, see. We have, the girl, probably. Phoenix Wright's girlfriend dated the victim, Doug Swallow, until 8 months ago. So now this is Phoenix Wright's girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne. Cool. Okay, she's cute, though. He was a 4th year whatever. 3rd year art student. Wow, that must be before he even started working on trying to become a lawyer. Okay, well anyway. Used to be his girlfriend. Got it.
And this time I would like to see some supporting evidence.
Evidence?
Well, the reason we worked up for this, as I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it into the old grandma's face.
Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face.
Mr. Grossman, try to set a better example for the young lady. Yeah, evidence is the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are there as well. So use the plus line to toggle between the player files and the evidence. And be sure to go over it all. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the next victim?
I don't even need to do all that. It's easy peasy. Got it. Nailed it. Do it. Present. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here.
Dahlia Hawthorne, is it?
Very good, Miss Fay. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story.
She gonna come up on the stand then?
Oh, just she did it again. Before the cross-examination starts, she's already implemented yours to get what he wants. Very well. Mr. Payne, please call your first witness.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? The defendant himself? Well, Ms. Fay?
It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection.
Very well.
All right, here we go.
The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand.
Let me get a swig of that water while we go.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect.
No. He means what did you do before you were arrested?
Oh, I was a university student.
Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, Doug Swallow.
But I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you I was...
Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us?
It seems the witness has something he wants to say.
Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Right away, Your Honor. Alright, here we go. Witness testimony numero uno, the victim and I. Here we go, here we go. I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Okay.
I see. So you hardly knew the victim.
Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. Whew, looks like the judge understands.
You're being naive, you know. Too naive.
Huh?
It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady.
And that would be?
This witness still has to undergo something called a cross-examination.
Cross-examination?
That's right. This is the defense attorney carrying out the rest of the possession. The purpose is to determine if the witness is identified in the context of contradictions.
Contradictions?
If a witness is lying, those statements will conflict with the court record.
But Mr. Wright is my client.
Even if he is your client, the integrity of his life is struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty. Do you see?
What does he mean by that? Is he saying the testimony just now? That there was a lie? A contradiction? Probably.
Now then, your cross-examination if you please, Miss Fay.
Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? He's probably just being vague. He's probably not lying. Like, he's just being vague about it, you know what I mean? Anyway, we're gonna press him on everything. Just like we usually do. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened, anyway.
Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence.
Gee, I'm not doing any more sneezes and coughing. That hurts. Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident.
A coincidence, huh?
It's probably the other way around. The guy was probably looking for you, and shit went down. You say you found the body? So who called the police?
Huh?
Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police.
Other students?
That's correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock.
Okay, what does it have to... I don't get why this makes him at fault.
What? Is this true, Mr. Wright?
Achoo, achoo, achoo. Achoo, achoo, achoo. Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I... hardly knew the guy to begin with. Oh yeah? Tell me more about that. So, you didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right. Well, no. That is, I mean... So, which is it? Did you know him or not? God damn it with your sneezing, man.
Now see here, you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day.
Well, I guess I didn't know his name. Alright, I guess I did know his name. News to me, why didn't he tell me that before? I heard he used to date Dahlia.
Who is this Dahlia person?
Ah, yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet.
But that's all I knew about him. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Then why do you know he's British and why do you know he's stuck up? Damn it, that's too lame, dude. That's too lame. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even? But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Owned. 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 Come on, Phoenix. Speak up, bitch. Well, Mr. Wright? It wasn't me. I'm not the killer, I swear. Okay.
Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe?
Yes, well... he was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt, okay? Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. I was gonna make a different fish joke about women, but never mind.
May I ask you something, Ms. Fay?
Yes, Your Honor. What is it now?
Who is this person anyway, this Union Jack fellow?
Oh, no.
The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag.
Oh, I see. So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right?
As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me.
Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now?
Yeah, there's contradiction here.
Mr. Grossberg.
Quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean.
Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully.
Well, we're here. Do you think you can manage this from this one on?
I got this. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself.
You must have tried to find out more than you can chew, Mia.
I'll be fine. I know what I have to do.
Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some evident proof.
Okay, Mia, one more time, from the very beginning of this testimony. I know exactly what to do. So if he had a Union Jack on his back, then it better be in the picture. Am I right? So let's go in there, check the picture. He doesn't have a Union Jack on his back in the picture. So let's fucking press him. Do it.
Objection!
Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back.
Miss Fay, is there some point to this line of questioning?
Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing written on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Owned. Come on, Phoenix, you're better than that, bro. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me. Oh, Wright is a baby.
Yeah, you better not cry. Let him. That P on his chest doesn't mean that for Phoenix anyways.
I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong.
That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime.
Oh, did I go too far?
By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it?
Yeah, I took some, but...
Was there medicine that you took on an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X?
Yep, that's right. Kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X?
Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now?
Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. Oh, Jesus. He left it at the fucking crime scene, didn't he? He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case?
Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now?
Huh?
Your Honor, I'd like you to take another look at the photo from the crime scene.
Boom.
What's this in the victim's hand? It's Cold Killer X.
Objection!
Oh, owned. Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. Oh, God.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belonged to, especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints were all over it.
What? Owned.
Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright.
There's no other reason at all.
Order in the court.
Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence.
Very well. The court will accept them into the record.
Okay, we got crime photo number 2, which is a close-up of the bottle. And there's the bottle with the fingerprints on it. Okay.
Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken.
Broken?
Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this?
This is really bad.
Oh, my buttocks! My poor, poor hemorrhoids!
Why are we talking about his hemorrhoids? God damn it. Alright, Phoenix, what really happened, man? The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology? I don't know. Pharmacist department? He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 245 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then around 3, we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Okay.
Mr. Wright, that's completely different than the testimony you gave previously.
Oh, God. Untrustworthy bastard. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth.
You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible.
Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination.
Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Okay, so now we might have to help confirm some stuff based on the evidence we have. Let me look at the evidence real quick. Or should I just press him first? Fuck it, let's just press him first. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never! But that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dahlia.
And this Dahlia person is?
It's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart.
Oof. What was that for, Mia?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Okay. She doesn't like people refer to women as their sweethearts, I guess. Anyway.
Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is.
So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see.
Okay. Nothing really to go off of there. I'm thinking the time is going to matter. Because it says he died at 3. His watch was dead. So if we can prove that Phoenix came back... Oh, no, Phoenix... Did Phoenix come back at 3, or they were done talking at 3? Oh, well, let's get the rest of this. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yep. And we were both there right on time.
You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct?
Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU.
An alchemist, I see.
I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high-voltage electricity.
Ho-ho, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man.
What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details? Yeah, sure, why not? So are you absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yep, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyway.
Witness, let's go on with your testimony.
Alright, let's just keep it on. Talked for a bit, and 3 they stopped. So I need to look at the time on his watch. So, what was it you were talking about? You know, chews and coughs. Maybe we should hang out sometime. Lies. All lies. Hang out sometime? I wish that were true. Went back and found him lying there. Okay. So you say you went back. Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up? Oh my god, this guy's more like Larry Butts than I thought he was. No wonder him and Larry are friends. Makes all the sense now. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. God damn it. Phoenix and his lies, man. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always a common. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. I lost my bottle around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Lunchtime, huh? On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dahlia, just the two of us. Dahlia's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious, like Lucky Charms.
You know, why did you punch me in the jaw?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. Well,
But Mia,
I don't know. I can't seem to find any contradictions.
the boy isn't exactly what you call a natural born liar, you know. But still, we can't have him continue to spout nonsense.
I know, but what can I do?
Well, I'm certain he must still be hiding something. Information. Right now, it's information we need more than anything else.
Okay, so let me go back to the one that we pressed on where he told us more things. I think this was it. So if we can go back to the thing where he was giving us more information. Blah, 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 alchemist. Alright. Press more about the pharmacology department, please. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high-voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high-voltage cables everywhere. High-voltage cables. Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high-voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. Okay. Now what?
I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason.
I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either.
Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted.
What do you mean?
I knew it was too much for a little girl.
Huh?
However, there is one mystery that still remains.
There is, Your Honor?
How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
Well, that is, You are correct, Your Honor.
So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Oh, I got this. Your Honor!
Yes, Miss Fay?
I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
That would be most impressive.
Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence.
Huh, of course I know that. Actually, I'd totally forgotten about that. Lies. Why is she so much like Phoenix? It's weird. Anyway.
Now then, Miss Fay, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted.
I believe the only thing we have to prove it is the lightning, or the power line in the photo, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, let's do it. Take that, bitch. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well.
What?
How is it not obvious?
But there is nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Ms. Fay, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon?
Seriously? You're gonna make me point at it? Really? Alright, it's right here. There you go. Boom. Nailed it. Well, naturally, it's right here.
That's... What is that?
A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high-voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So then, the high-voltage cable.
Yes, the high-voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation.
That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I believe some praise is in order.
Don't toy with me, old man.
Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high-voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant.
Wait, why? That's weird to me that you would think that. Why is that the case?
That much is certainly true.
Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer.
You do? Well, what is it?
His fingerprints.
Fingerprints? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. Ah, you mean... Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest of the area of the victim's jacket. The palm print is the defendant's very own hand.
What?
I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder. He squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cables.
Pushed him? That sounds like BS to me. Maybe they were hugging it out.
Order, order, order. That's enough. I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. We're done.
Mr. Grossberg.
My hemorrhoids will never lie. The show is over here.
What? God, the hemorrhoid thing is disgusting. Anyway.
I knew that boy was going to first time I was home.
No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent.
No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt.
Your Honor.
At this time, I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case.
That's right, bitch. You best hold it. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Do you have something further to add, Ms. Fay?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Fay, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end.
We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything.
Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened.
But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further...
I did it. What did you do? I admit it, I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow's dead. But he probably pushed you first, right? That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your own sake, man, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me, man. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Oh, I see. And he did shove him. Bam. And then that's how he got electrocuted. Okay. So we accidentally murdered him. Got it.
What you just said, was that the truth?
Yes, I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure.
Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are.
Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Fay? I believe in you. Oh, thank you? Still can't believe it. He really did push the victim.
It's like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake.
They're doing the Harlem Shake? Are you serious? Anyway, okay. That guy, he was talking bad about Dahlia. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just laying there, dead.
Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that.
A simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted.
But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that.
Ms. Fay, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without any further delay. Are we clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. All right, let's do it. I still say the time is going to come into play here. We'll see. That guy, he was talking bad about Dahlia. He was going to press everything. So what kind of things did Mr. Swallow have to say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dahlia. He said that she was a bad girl. But guys love bad girls. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Is that all?
Yep.
Well, Miss Fay, you heard him yourself.
Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this any harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I lost my temper and gave him a shot. Wow, he defending his girl by saying she's bad. Wow. But good guys like bad girls. Isn't that how it works? Or something like that? Anyway, can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. Okay. And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen. Right! There was nothing like that at all.
But is it possible that you merely overlooked it?
Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like cheap asphalt.
I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness.
That moment I heard some kind of loud noise. Okay. Pressing a loud noise? And what would you say the loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap! You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was.
Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted.
You don't know that. You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. More details. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important, so try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Could it have been? Yes, could it have been? Hurry up and tell us! When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. Okay, well, in the photo, the umbrella looks broken, right? Or at least it's on the ground. He fell right on top of it, and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard.
An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim?
Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone.
Ms. Fay, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now?
Well, yeah. This is it, Mia. New information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony.
Ah, how perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer.
The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony.
Okay, after I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella. So, Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella, and you are certain of this? Yeah, I was right there it was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself. The umbrella, you mean? Well, yeah, you see I was wearing this sweater here. Dahlia stayed up late for nights at a time, knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmaid's symbol of her love.
My stomach is not used to this personal soccer ball, Mia.
I'm so sorry. Anyway,
Continue on with your testimony, witness.
Okay. Apparently Mia doesn't like this lovey-dovey crap or, you know, the stuff that Phoenix pulls, man. After you shoved the victim, did you leave the scene right away? Yes, I did. I admit it. I was furious.
You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition.
Well, yeah, but like I said, I got worried about him later. So I went back and he was just laying there dead. Okay. At that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime? Nope. Nobody. Jeez, could that stupid cough possibly sound any phonier?
In that case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer.
Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from the testimony, my dear, I'm afraid the judge will make a final decision with no remorse whatsoever.
Yes, sir. Right now I need more info. Info that'll help me turn up some contradictions. Okay, so it's probably a contradiction in the umbrella thing. And it probably has to do with the photo and the umbrella being there and the umbrella being broken. I mean, what else do I have to lose?
Objection!
Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier.
What do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo, fool! According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right. The conclusion
here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive.
No!
Wow, that was a pretty flimsy-ass argument, but I guess we'll take it.
Order, order, order! The victim, he moved. Mr. Payne, the umbrella is in the photo. Where is it now?
Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene.
I want it presented as evidence immediately.
Alright, so the umbrella's in there.
But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind.
According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind.
But...
Yeah, that's right, but your face.
I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment.
No!
Get wrecked, bitch.
However, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony.
Nice.
Murder me.
Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about?
Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying.
Let me guess, you have another witness.
Exactly. And this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible.
Well, who is this witness?
Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly?
I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
What?
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear.
About to get wrecked, bitch. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this.
You can't be serious.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Alright, wow. This is getting juicy. It's getting juicy. It's getting juicy. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah, so I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my lord. You can't be serious. After hiding such important facts.
But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. I get the slight inkling that Dahlia Hawthorne is gonna be a bitch-faced, two-faced hoe bag who's been stringing Phoenix along. Either that, you know, she's one of those like prissy chicks who just like, I mean, she's got Phoenix wearing pink sweater with a big ass red heart and a P on it. This girl is straight up controlling the relationship no matter what. I don't give a shit what anybody says right now. She's one of those little cute ones who ropes you in and never lets you go. Anyway. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Oh, good lord. Dahlia and I, we first met about 8 months ago right here in this very courthouse. Oh no, in the courthouse? Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, one day she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. The day we met? Oh no, oh no. Phoenix, you fool! You oblivious fool. Oh my god. She'd been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this.
So she gave it to you as a present, I see.
This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly. Oh no. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. Makes me so happy I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Whoa, okay. This got infinitely more interesting all of a sudden. Anyway, so after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. Whoa. What makes that shy?
What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. How did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this, a newspaper clipping? Let's see, murder in the courthouse? Murder?
What do you read there? Let me read that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such keen interest in this case. You believe there is some relationship between these two cases, and am I correct?
Oh, Lord, here we go. She did say she wanted to go into this case on purpose, so it would make sense. Anyway, hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself.
Oh, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look at the new downstairs reading room and see what else I can find.
Thank you.
I want to do whatever I can to be a help to you, dear. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We better all keep moving.
I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Sure seemed longer than 20 minutes? I don't know about all that. Alright, to be continued, my friends. To be continued. Alright. Looking good, my friends. Looking good. Okay. So get hyped, guys. The new Let's Play is upon us. Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. I know this whole, I guess let's make this the first episode. I was going to cut it in half, but you know what? Screw that. I don't really care about making these shorter, longer, or whatever. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this opening episode to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. We start off as Mia. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming that we're going to jump back to present time at some point, or at least a point at which we play as Phoenix again. I don't know that for a fact, but certainly the story in these games is a lot better than I give it credit for. You think it's just going to be a bunch of cases where you have to figure it out, but no, then they start making it like a continuous overall story arc, and you start to enjoy it more than you expect. But anyways, I'm going to shut up now, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, where we will find the connection between this case and the last case. Get hyped, baby. Get hyped.
Peace!